Hello, my brothers and sisters, and welcome to The Last Ego on Earth. My name is James Scott Shoemaker, and today we're going to go ahead and dive on into the text a little bit more here on Chapter 1. We are using the Course of Miracles, A Course of Miracles, Foundation for Inner Peace edition. We are on page 8, and this is number 3, Atonement and Miracles. I'm just going to jump right in, guys. Here we go. Remember, I'm here to just be your buddy. We're gonna work this through together, and I'll just kind of randomly stop in the middle when I feel inspired and let Holy Spirit kind of guide my understanding of it, and you guys can listen. So we're going to have fun here, guys. Number 1, I'm in charge of the process of the atonement, which I undertook to begin. When you offer a miracle to any of my brothers, you do it for yourself and me. The reason you come before me is that I do not need miracles for my own atonement, but I stand at the end in case you fail temporarily. My part in the atonement is the canceling out of all errors that you could not otherwise correct. So I have that part underlined there, number 1-4. My part of the atonement is the canceling out of all errors that you cannot otherwise correct. So Jesus is saying that he's there to help us, that there's errors that are inside of us that if we ask, he will help us undo those errors. All right, number 5. When you have been restored to the recognition of your original state, you naturally become a part of the atonement yourself. So once we align ourselves with Holy Spirit, then we become instruments for Holy Spirit, and we can start waking up other people, other people and other parts of our mind. Remember, we are all connected and we are all one. So once we become a part of the atonement, then we can start helping the brothers and sisters. As you share my unwillingness to accept error in yourself and others, you must join the great crusade to correct it. Listen to my voice, learn to undo error, and act to correct it. The power to work miracles belongs to you. I will provide the opportunities to do them, but you must be ready and willing. Doing them will bring conviction and the ability, because conviction comes through accomplishment. The ability is the potential, the achievement is the expression, and the atonement, which is the natural profession of the children of God, is the purpose. Heaven and earth shall pass away means that they will not continue to exist as separate states. My word, which is the resurrection and the life, shall not pass away because life is eternal. You are the work of God, and his work is wholly lovable and wholly loving. This is how a man must think of himself in his heart, because this is what he is. The forgiven are the means of the atonement. Being filled with Spirit, they forgive and return. Those who are released must join in releasing their brothers, for this is the plan of the atonement. Miracles are the way in which minds that serve the Holy Spirit unite with me for the salvation or release of all of God's creations. I am the one who can perform miracles indiscriminately, because I am the atonement. You have a role in the atonement, which I dictate to you. Ask me which miracles you should perform. This spares you needless effort, because you will be acting under direct communication. The impersonal nature of the miracle is the essential ingredient, because it enables me to direct this application. And under my guidance, miracles lead to the highly personal experience of revelation. A guide does not control, but he does direct, leaving it up to you to follow. Lead us not into temptation means recognize your errors and choose to abandon them by following my guidance. So I'm going to stop there really quick and explain that we need to choose Holy Spirit or Jesus all the time, no matter what kind of thing comes up in our mind. Just we start connecting at all points. If there's an upset, ask Holy Spirit. If you're happy and you want to buy something, let's just say, Ask Holy Spirit. It might not be the best thing for you to do. So you need to always connect with everything you're at all points. And remember that Holy Spirit can see outside of this realm. This realm is very confusing. It teaches that we have a veil over our face. So if we ask Holy Spirit, that veil is lifted and we're able to see where to go next. It's a very, very amazing. Very amazing. All right, here we go, guys. This is number 5. Error cannot really threaten truth, which can always withstand it. Only the error is actually vulnerable. You are free to establish your kingdom where you see fit, but the right choice is inevitable if you remember this. Spirit is in a state of grace forever. Your reality is only spirit. Therefore, you are in a state of grace forever. Atonement undoes all errors in this respect, and thus uproots the source of fear. Whenever you experience God's reassurances as threat, it is always because you are defending misplaced or misdirected loyalty. When you project this to others, you imprison them, but only to the extent to which you reinforce errors they have already made. This makes them vulnerable to the distortions of others, since their own perception of themselves is distorted. The miracle worker can only bless them, and this undoes their distortion and frees them from prison. So guys, what Jesus is saying here is our brothers and sisters are us. We are the sonship. We are one. If a brother or sister is doing something that, say, seems out of whack, upset, yelling, anger, murder, all the things that are going on in the world, we should have no judgment upon that. That's not our job to have judgment upon the world. So we need to direct our sight from within to Holy Spirit and allow us to free our judgments upon our brothers and sisters, because that keeps us trapped also. We hand it over. We say, Holy Spirit, you take these judgments I have upon the world, my brother and sisters, and please just take them away. And at that point, we are freed. They are freed, because Holy Spirit will get to the brothers and sisters when it's time for them. That's not up to us to judge when their time to get this right is. From the Course's standpoint, we have thousands of years of reincarnation coming back and back and back to get this right. And time is all going on at the same time, like I said in some of the previous videos. It's pretty wild, guys, but if you think about it, it makes 100% sense. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and continue on. This is 6, by the way. You respond to what you perceive, and as you perceive, so you shall behave. The golden rule asks, you who do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This means that the perception of both must be accurate. The golden rule is the rule for appropriate behavior. You cannot behave appropriately unless you perceive correctly. Since you and your neighbor are equal members of one family, as you perceive both, so you will do to both. You should look out from the perception of your own holiness to the holiness of others. And that's what Jesus is saying here, is that we are holy. We are the sonship. We have just been covered up with the ego guilt and upsets for so long that we've forgotten that fact. So we need to use our perceptions and look at them and start seeing them holy. Understanding that underneath that person that we're judging upon is us, a holy sonship, sister or brother, that we need to start perceiving correctly, because there are judgments that are bouncing back off of us. We have the same ego as that brother or sister. It's acting as many. So when we're making a judgment, we're acting in the place of the ego, and it's just being reverberated back at us. It's like an echo. It's like a sounding wall. It's just like shooting back all the different upsets that we hear. If someone's like, man, I really don't like you right now, and you're really upsetting me. Or you're not making enough money. Those kind of things. If someone's saying that to you, that is your own thoughts inside that are being reverberated back, because that person and you have the same ego. So it is trying to hide our holiness. And that's how the ego system works. So we connect to Holy Spirit and we will start seeing the holiness. If that person's saying that, we do not have to even engage. We're just saying, well, we're sorry that you feel that way, and just forgive it. Hand it over to Holy Spirit. All right, number 7. Miracles arise from a mind that is ready for them. By being united, this mind goes out to everyone, even without the awareness of the miracle worker himself. That's what I was just talking about. If we are thinking good thoughts and we're a united mind, it starts going out to everyone. Even if we're not even aware that we're doing that, we are connected. The impersonal nature of miracles is because the atonement itself is one, uniting all creations with their Creator. The sonship is that extension of God. We are the extension of God. As the expressions of what you truly are, the miracle places the mind in a state of grace. The mind then naturally welcomes the host within and the stranger without. When you bring the stranger, he becomes your brother. That the miracle may have effects on your brothers that you may not recognize, it is not your concern. The miracle will always bless you. Miracles you are not asked to perform have not lost their value. They are still expressions of your own state of grace. But the action aspect of the miracle should be controlled by me, because of my complete awareness of the whole plan. That's what I was saying, guys, is that Jesus and Holy Spirit has this. The upsets that we're seeing that other people are having, the sonship will return back to God, will be refined. We don't know that time and day that will happen for them, so we don't need to judge. We've been there. We've been that upset person, or that brother and sister that's yelling or screaming or doing horrible things in the world. They're just lost. They have forgotten who they are. So let's don't judge that. Let's allow Holy Spirit to take that when it's time. It might be 30 years from now. It might be 20 years in this lifetime. It could be 200 lifetimes in the future. It could be 1,000 lifetimes in the future. That's how wacky this whole timeline thing works. And it can be coming from the past, too. Wacky. So here we go, guys. Miracles are selected only in the sense that they are directed towards those who can use them for themselves, since this makes it inevitable that they will extend them to others. A strong change of atonement is wielded. However, this selectively takes no account of the magnitude of the miracle itself, because the concept of size exists on a plane that is itself unreal. Since the miracle aims at restoring the awareness of reality, it would not be useful if it were bound by laws that govern the error it aims to correct. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That was Atonement and Miracles, and it looks like next time we'll be doing number 4, the Escape from Darkness, which that one sounds very exciting. I'm excited to read that one with you again, guys. If you have any questions about this, I know that I skipped over some stuff. I've just felt inspired to say certain things. If you see something in this and you're reading along with me, feel free to leave a comment underneath, and I will do my best to give you my interpretation and my understandings. I do not claim to know every single thing in this book, but I have been doing this for a long time now, about 10 years, over and over and over. So if you have a question, feel free to please ask me. There are no silly questions of the course. I'm still asking them. I ask Holy Spirit every day. Like I said, it's okay to ask if you do not know. There's no silly questions. We've been trapped in this egoic world for so long. We've made it real, and we've been trapped. So it's okay. I'm still trapped. I'm still working it out here, guys. So I hope that found you well and unlocked some stuff in your mind. And I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a wonderful place wherever you are. Peace be with you, and I will see you on the other side. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Prepare yourself from the birth to the dirt. Prepare yourself for all it's worth. Prepare yourself from the birth to the dirt. Prepare yourself, the last ego on earth. Prepare yourself from the dirt to the birth. Prepare yourself from the birth to the dirt. The last ego on earth.